today's conversation, I am joined by a phenomenal entrepreneur. Tumelo Mahlatsi is building a fantastic business through Barber Classic Cuts. Tumelo, welcome to today's conversation.
You have to start. What is important is starting, because we spend so much time in planning, in saying I will do it when I have this and that, and you will eventually get to a point where you haven't even started, because what is important is to start.
Yes.
And to start with what you have.
Your first funder is your customer. You need to be able to sell to them, let money come into the business, and then through that you kind of sustain and build your business. But of course it isn't easy at all. Hi there, monetizers. Welcome to Monetize Your Business podcast conversations in partnership with FNB. We are still in the month of June. We're still building our businesses. We're still building good company culture, making sure that we are hiring individuals that we can trust. That is our theme in the month of June. If you know that you're a business that is trying to build, trying to hire the right people, but you're just not quite sure how to go about it. What is the criteria? What are the tools and resources that can support you? Please do make sure that you're following us on all social media platforms. We're sharing lots of knowledge and education about this topic across our different platforms. Now, for today's conversation, I am joined by a phenomenal entrepreneur. I always love talking to builders, people that have a vision, and they take that vision and they build it into a business. I think one of the beautiful things about entrepreneurship is that we can take something seemingly simple, seemingly ordinary, and we take it and we build it into something extraordinary. And that is what today's guest is doing. Tumelo Mahlatsi is building a fantastic business through Barber Classic Cuts. Tumelo, welcome to today's conversation.
Greetings, Hati, and I'm very, very honored to be here, and I'm so happy.
That's wonderful. I'm very excited to have you here for today's conversation. I find that it's always a treat talking to entrepreneurs that are building really phenomenal businesses. Before we get into the world of barbering, maybe tell us a little bit more about who you are, Tumelo. Where were you born and raised?
Okay, Tumelo was born and raised in Free State Province, in the city called Kroonstad. Tumelo finished matric and went to university in Vaal University of Technology. I studied computer science, and that's basically where my journey started, of which will unfold as we continue.
Yeah.
And that's where my passion for barbering was birthed, and it was birthed from a place of challenges, where I was faced with challenges as a student in university, where the NSFAS rejected me because I failed 3 modules.
I see.
So I was faced with a decision whether I'm going back home or I'm going to fund myself. So I decided I'm going to take the road of funding myself, and I started the business, and this was how my barbershop business started, offering students haircuts, making money, saving money, paying for my fees and stuff like that.
Wow, that's so interesting. So it actually started in your university years.
Yes.
I see. And how was it? Because I would imagine that, when a person's at university as a student, students are going out, they're having a good time, they're enjoying their university years and all of that. And here you are starting a business. How did you navigate that? Because sometimes I find that selling can be embarrassing when you are young. How did you navigate that?
Of course, when you start, it is embarrassing because you are a student, just like fellow students, and to sell sweets to other students, it's embarrassing. But because we're not from same backgrounds
True.
when we meet in universities. You have to know why you do what you do and why you
Yes.
do it. So at first, it was a bit challenging, but I just told myself that let me use this because it's my ticket out
Absolutely.
of the situation that I was facing. And because I'm in a varsity residence, students have to go far to cut their hair. So for me, that was an opportunity that I'm just going to use my apartment, my balcony,
Yes.
and in my balcony, that's where I will be doing the magic.
I love that because entrepreneurship at the heart of it is actually providing solutions to problems that people have. And you were providing a solution.
That's true.
Did you find it easy in terms of getting your clientele and some of the lessons that you learned in building your business during university?
I definitely found it easy because of at the residence we have what we call a place where there are meetings that are held. Like for example, they call our students
Yes.
meet at the TV room. So in such places like cafeteria, I'll put my poster there and say this is the services I'm offering. Call the numbers. So they will book appointments. And I got so busy that sometimes some students will come at night and say, I have a presentation tomorrow. I
Yes,
need
I
to
need
look
you
good.
to make me look
Yeah,
good.
quickly. And I will have to wake up and
Yeah.
serve them. And
Yeah.
I did
That
my,
is
yes.
brilliant. Now, tell me this. I mean, I can understand starting the business whilst you're studying to help you be able to get through. But
Yes.
now, once you were done studying, what
Yes.
made you continue with the barbering?
What made me continue was that I sat down, I made some calculations, and I realized, wow, I'm studying for something that will roughly give me this salary. But what I made as a student, I was already making more than that.
Wow.
And I also used to borrow students' money. It comes back with an interest.
With interest.
So I was making a lot of money and
Yes.
I saved a lot. And I told myself, let me just pursue it as a career. But then the certificate was for my mother to say, thank you. You took
Yes.
me to school. This is yours, but I'm pursuing something different.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, tell me something, Tumelo, because, a lot of us, when we start small businesses, we remain small
Yes.
because we feel as though, the business is small. Let me just remain in this little corner. But for you with your business, you have got such a big vision and you were able to grow your business from not it just being yourself, but into something bigger. Where did that vision come from?
That vision came from a place of I wanted to build a legacy. I wanted to leave something behind. And I wanted my name to be remembered one day and to leave impact. And also, when I think of the community I come from, my hometown, they are disadvantaged, and I wanted to be an icon of hope that it is possible. It's
Yes.
possible. So I went into a journey of building a legacy and starting a brand and turning that skill into a company.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. What are some of the successes you've experienced in classic barber cuts that makes you feel really proud of yourself? How many people are you hiring and growth and all of that?
One of my greatest success story is the one that took place in Mamelodi when I was awarded a shop in Mams Mall.
Wow.
And I was recognized as a local brand that is doing well, that is able to compete at a
Yes.
retail level.
Yes.
And for me, that was a hit.
Yes.
And I was so proud of myself. Wow, I'm going to be in a mall. And that for me, that was huge. And I made research to find out the kind of mall I'm getting myself into. And I
Yes.
realized that Mam's Mall is one of the biggest township mall in South Africa, and it has a lot of foot traffic. And I was just telling myself, you know what, this is the beginning of great journey.
Yes.
And for me, that was it. That was what made me proud to say. And also when I started to hire employees and grow the brand into what it is today. And those were the things that made me to be proud to say I have achieved something I never thought I
Yes.
would achieve. And it happened quickly, I would say, than I thought it would happen.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That, Tumelo, that is a huge, huge success because it's not every business that is able to crack retail, especially within a high traffic mall like Mum's Mall. You spoke about building a team, and, that is our theme for the month of June. We're talking about building a team that you can trust. It's not always easy. When you're working on your own, you know your values, you know your work ethic. But the minute you start bringing people into the business, it's difficult. They may not have the same work ethic as you, they may not have the same energy and enthusiasm as you. How do you approach bringing people and staff into your business?
Okay, since it's a brand has to uphold a certain quality.
Yes.
And because it was started by me, I know the things that bring customers back.
Yes.
And what are the things that customers value the most. So I had to find a way, how am I going to duplicate what I do into others?
Yes.
Then this is what I told them. I go by one principle that when I have a team, I am not their boss. The person on the chair is their boss because he is the one who's paying.
Yes.
So how you treat the person on your chair matters the most. So the experience that they would give to customers, the respect, that's what made our brand to be chosen to say, when you get there, the experience is out of this world.
Yes.
You see,
Yes.
even before they cut your hair, they ask you, how's the machine? Is it, do you want me to adjust? Are you feeling comfortable? Are you sitting well? Is there anything? So, how you are treated in that environment makes you feel special. So, that's one thing I taught them that made me to be replicated
Yes.
to them. So,
Yes.
when you get there, you still find me in another form.
Yes, I love
Yes.
that. So you actually duplicate yourself in your own business, which
Yes,
I think
yes,
is fantastic.
yes.
Let's talk a little bit about advertising. You spoke about the different ways you were able to advertise when you were still a student, but now you're a brand. You are a retail brand that is available in malls, etc. How do you approach advertising now, especially in a digital age as well?
Okay. We have established for ourselves a website,
Okay.
and it's doing well for us as in terms of getting us out there.
Okay.
And we are also on Google. And if you search barbershops in Pretoria, barbershops around me, if you're in Pretoria, basically we are the ones that appear.
That's great.
And most of our clients, we got them through Google because they look for a place where I can cut my hair around me. Then we appear. So it really worked for us in terms of marketing to put ourselves out there. And social media, we make sure when it comes to content, we don't
Yes.
post funny contents, but
Yes.
the picture has to speak for itself.
Absolutely.
Yes, and the work has to speak for itself. Has to be clean, no sport. So basically, that's our strategy in terms of marketing. And the other thing we utilize is to engage in a radio station, local radio station like
Fantastic.
Mom Small. We utilize the local stations around,
Yes.
and platform like this also
Yes.
help us a lot to be out there. And the other thing that we benefit from the most is word of mouth.
Okay.
Word of mouth, yeah.
Yes.
the work we do, people go out there and speak for us on our
Yes.
behalf. So yeah,
That's
basically.
amazing. I love the word of mouth. Nothing beats that because it means that people have a trust in you. They've had an experience that they've liked and they're now telling other people about it. You know, Tumelo, as if you don't already have enough on your plate, you are also an author, which
Yes.
I think is really exciting. I love entrepreneurs that want to uplift others, that don't only want to be successful on their own, but also want to uplift others through sharing of the knowledge that they know. Can you tell us a little bit about your book? I see we already also have it on display over there.
Yes.
It looks really, really great. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Okay, this book is basically about my business journey to
Mm-hmm.
success.
Mm.
But it was actually a journal. I
Ah,
would write things down how,
yes.
for example, where I am now,
Mm-hmm.
where I want to get,
Mm-hmm.
and how I'm gonna get there,
Mm.
and how did I get there.
Yes.
So it was in form of a journal, and because I love writing down, so I realized when we meet those big entrepreneurs, they only have a short time. And when you speak to them and say, how did you make it? All
Mm.
you get is that hard work, consistency,
Yeah.
all that.
They don't go into
But,
detail.
yes, you don't get actually what is the secret? What is
Yeah.
the secret? So I then realized that if you don't know how you got up there, it's
Yes.
easy to fall.
Absolutely.
But if you have lost it all and you came to nothing, you
Mm.
can still get back up if you know
Mm.
how you got there.
Mm.
So I knew for me, documenting things down, how I got there is important so that in a place where I found myself, I've lost it all and I have to start again,
Yes.
I'll be able to rise again. So the book, it's a journey, takes you through a journey how to turn your skill into a brand business.
I love that.
Yes, so it can be any skill. It can
Mm-hmm.
be any skill. It doesn't have to be only barbering. There are people who
Mm-hmm.
do nails. There are
Yes.
people who do dreadlocks. There are people who do other services,
Mm.
which this book can help them to
Mm.
brand themselves.
Mm.
Yes,
Mm.
and duplicate their skills into others so that they can form a company
Mm.
that can make. Because, for example, if I can cut 30 minutes, one customer,
Yes.
if we are four, we can do four customers, 30 minutes.
Yes, correct.
So, meaning we have saved time and we have made more money.
Yes.
So, teamwork is the best.
It is
The
absolutely,
best.
it is
Yes.
definitely the best. Sure. I really love that. And I think it's so important
Yes.
that we have entrepreneurs that document their journey, that share their
Yes.
lessons that they've learned along the way. Because, like you said, it's like a roadmap. You can pick it up, you can take the lessons, implement it in your own business, and really be able to grow as well. You know, Tumelo, the journey of entrepreneurship is not straight.
Yes,
There
that's
are
true.
so many challenges that we have along the way. In building your brand, what were some
Yes.
of the challenges that you had to overcome?
As I said, that I'm not from a rich background or
Yes.
wealthy background.
Mm.
I'm from a trying family.
Mm.
So, starting from a family where you don't have a boost or a backup,
Mm.
it's kind of like difficult because I remember when I started in Mom Small, there are
Mm-hmm.
things that I really needed.
Yes.
I had to buy certain things like you are short in mirror, you need to get a mirror and it so there are certain things you need to do, to buy, but because the finances are not there, then you have to rely on customers.
Yes.
So for me, the funding that I grew from was my customers. Customers were
Yes.
growing, and the money that were coming in was going to cover for the things that we needed in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
So that becomes challenging when you don't have funds
True.
to boost you to start.
Absolutely.
So for me, that was my challenge. But the vision was there, everything was proper, but it just that the money.
Yes,
Yes, the
yes,
finances.
absolutely. No, that makes complete sense. And what you said is so important. We often teach it in
Yes.
Monetize Your Business as well, is that your first funder is your customer. You need to be able to sell to them, let money come into the business, and then through that, you kind of sustain and build your business. But of course, it isn't easy at all.
Yes.
When these challenges come, Tumelo, because we know how it is, what is it that keeps you going and keeps you building?
I remind myself, why did I start from the very first beginning? And also, if I quit, how many people I'm going to disappoint that look up to me? And so that's what keeps me going. And also, there were times I felt like I've got a qualification. I can just go and work,
Yes,
like
yes.
just leave this thing. Because there comes those times where you are really, really challenged and you
Yeah,
feel like, this thing, I feel like dropping it off.
yeah,
Just go and work.
yeah.
And in those times, I just have to remind myself that, Tumelo, if you give up now, remember there are people who left at the barber shops. There are customers traveling from far.
Yes,
I have a customer that is traveling a lot of kilometers to come there. And I always tell myself, like, if people can believe in you so much, you can't afford to let them down. So
yes.
that's what keeps me on my feet to say I'll continue no matter how
Yes.
hard it gets. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I admire your business and your work ethic and the fact that you are in Mum Small. Sometimes I find that as township entrepreneurs, we're always trying to take our businesses out of the township. But there's money in the township. There's business in the township. There's an economy in the township.
Yes.
Why is it important that we continue to build our businesses within our own communities?
It is very important. It is very important for me. I'm at a point, I haven't thought about it just yet to go to the suburbs, but I would recommend highly to be in the townships,
Yes.
because, as you said, truly that's where money is.
Yeah.
People in the townships are spenders.
Yes.
Roughly 70% people are spenders.
Absolutely. And they have
And
needs like
you
everybody
see,
else.
yes.
Yeah.
So that's where you make money in the townships. People just love seeing their kids looking good, so they
Yes.
just want to pay for that. You just have to give them what they need.
Yes.
People would spend on what you render them. So I would say that for me, township worked very well for me, and I haven't thought as yet of going to higher places. But for now, I would highly recommend township because that's where you grow. Community in township, people support each other. They talk about you. They spread the word about you,
Yes.
and those are the things you cannot get in the suburbs.
True.
So in township, you get people that become a family.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
absolutely. And I love it because you also give back to the community. You employ people from the surrounding
yes,
areas, you give back to the community. They're also learning skills development from you
yes,
as well. So I think it's wonderful because we're now growing that ecosystem in that environment. You know, Tumelo, for me, I have found that in my entrepreneurship journey, I need to follow other entrepreneurs who are doing well. I need to read books. I need to listen to podcasts just to keep myself motivated.
that's
What are maybe some of the books, podcasts, or entrepreneurs that you admire that have really shaped the way you think and move in your journey?
back then, when I was in university, there was a man that I followed. He's called Ms. Tancredi. I followed him. He used to host seminars about
Aha,
business. They were called bars,
I see.
business and relationship seminars. So they were held in Sentin. So we were being taught about business there.
Yes,
And those seminars really shaped me a lot. And most of the things I'm doing in my business is because of the things I learned in seminars
yes,
that he used to host. And to learn from people who are successful is very important
Yes.
because you grasp things that work. And Sheldon,
Yes.
of course, he's doing well
Yes.
in this industry. And I call him the father of the industry because he's the one who went ahead of us. And he showed us it is possible to make a career out of barbering.
Yes.
And the other thing that I do to equip myself is to take information from United States,
Uh-huh.
as barbering is their thing.
Yes.
Wall company, like when you learn from them, you become the best where you are.
Yes.
Yes, so I have people that I look up to in United States that one day I wish to meet them.
Yes.
There's this guy who wrote a book as well. He's called The Rich Barber. Yeah, he inspired me to write a book as well. So there are those people that I look up to and I love learning from them.
I love that, because, in our journey, we need those examples. We
Yes,
need to see what is possible so that we can be able to believe it
that's true.
for ourselves. You're so inspiring, Tumelo. I'm thinking of an individual that's building their business in the township. I'm thinking of a young person who is a student who's thinking, how can I make extra revenue in my business? I am thinking of the person who is looking to expand and grow their business, maybe who's documenting their journey. You are such an inspirational individual that they can look to as well in your own journey, for knowledge and inspiration. For a person that is watching, that is on their journey, what are the final parting words that you can share to the entrepreneurs?
What I can say is this: you have to start. What is important is starting, because we spend so much time in planning, in saying, I will do it when I have this and that. And you will eventually get to a point where you haven't even started. Because what is important is to start,
Yes.
and to start with what you have.
Yes.
Even if you still lack certain things, but because you have started, that's what is important. So, my advice to somebody who's out there watching to say, I want to pursue this, what is important is that you have to start. You have to start, because most of people go to seminars, go to training workshops, they learn a lot, and yet they go and sit down.
Exactly. You need to
You
execute.
need to execute.
Yes.
So that's why faith without works is dead. So if
Yes.
you only keep on learning, keep on grasping information and not applying it, it becomes useless. Why are you learning? Then why did you learn from the first place? So I would advise that start wherever you are with what you have, one chair, one, just start.
Yes. Yes.
For me, that's what is important. Why are you not starting? Just start.
Absolutely. Just
Yes.
start.
And also, the second point is that never be afraid to start small. And don't let it shame you, and don't let it because most of the time we think about people we went to school with. If he sees me starting and selling in the
What will
corner,
they
what will
say?
they say? So we care so much about what will people say. But at the end of the day, you still need to provide for yourself, put something on the table. So my advice is those two advice. You need to start, and you need to forget what people will say.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, what an absolute pleasure it has been chatting with you today, Tumelo. Your story is so, so inspiring. And I think it's wonderful for us to see people that are on the ground doing the thing right now,
Yes.
because it gives us that example of what is possible. So thank you
That's
so much for
Thank you.
today's conversation. Monetizers, I've gotten a lot from Tumelo today. I feel so inspired. When we started Monetize Your Business, we wanted to speak to individuals like Tumelo, people who are on the ground, who are doing the work, who are making an impact, who are building businesses, particularly within our townships. We're not saying don't expand into other places. Of course you can. But sometimes we always think that the grass is greener somewhere far away, without actually realizing that within your own backyard, you can plant something, you can grow something, you can develop something. And that is what Tumelo is doing with Barber Classic Cuts. And for me, I find it very, very inspirational. We need to be able to have examples like Tumelo within our communities to be able to see exactly what is possible. You can start at university. You can start with a little money just to be able to push yourself through. And one day you wake up and you realize that you have got a retail business in one of the biggest malls. That for me is very inspiring. You know, June is also Youth Month. If you are a young person, if you are just starting out, if you are just building, let Tumelo be an inspiration to you of what is possible. Do not give up on your dreams of what you're building for your business, because there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and you can be able to even impact your own community as well. I'm truly very, very inspired. He is a gentle giant. And that for me is also wonderful, because sometimes we think, hey, entrepreneurs must be loud, they must be exuberant. No, you must just be yourself and really push through. So I'm very, very inspired. Monetizers, if you are equally inspired, if you've had an aha moment from today's conversation, please leave it in the comment section. We want to hear from you. Please plug into all of our social media platforms. It's at Monetize Your Business, and make sure that you also tune into our online webinars where we have free masterclasses that we can grow and scale our businesses. Now, until the next episode, bye-bye.